Hi, and thank you for joining us on another episode of the Blue Couch Conversations. Today we have my special friend, Courtney from Ghiladolci.
Hey, TJ.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Alright, so welcome to the Blue Couch.
Thank you.
So, for those watching, tell us about, what's your backstory?
So Ghiladolci, well, I guess it all kind of started when I was younger. I obviously loved to bake with my nonna and my mom during the holidays. So kind of started, I guess, then. But professionally, I'd say after college, I loved to still bake, and so I decided to go to Le Cordon Bleu in Pasadena. And so I graduated from there with their baking and patisserie program. And basically, I knew that I wanted to own a bakery. So Ghiladolci kind of was created, and that name originated from my nonno, which means grandpa in Italian. So it originated from him, which was basically a play on my main name, Ghilarducci, and dolce, which means sweets in Italian. So that's kind of how that came to be, and that's how it kind of all started.
You just tied it all up.
Yeah.
And I think you have some exciting news to share, right? You have a project in the works?
Yeah, we are definitely working on a storefront right now, which is extremely close to the cottage. But we're hoping for an opening late September, fingers crossed. I don't know, I keep pushing it back, so we don't know.
Before 2019.
Yeah, let's just say that. I like that.
Okay.
That's a lot better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, where have you been baking this whole time?
So I'm licensed to actually bake out of a home kitchen,
Okay.
out of my parents actually. So they have a larger kitchen. So
That works.
Yeah.
So, in all of your time, we've obviously grown like a huge relationship,
Mhm.
but what is your experience with Fairy Godmother?
Oh man. First of all positive stuff. But we've done a lot of weddings together, as you know, and you know. But all I can say is working with you guys has been just a complete joy. I know that every time that I have a wedding cake with you guys, it's gonna go smoothly. Whether it's just finding the cake topper or finding the cake flowers or whatever, I know that if I can find you guys, we're good. Like, it doesn't matter. So
And if I recall, you were a Fairy Godmother bride, correct?
I was.
And I
yes.
think your sister?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
So
Of
you must trust
course.
us
So
a little
I
bit.
think we do. I think we do.
So, back to business.
Uh-huh.
When people come in and you're trying to help them pick a cake, pick cookies, pastries,
Mhm.
whatever they're coming in for,
Yeah.
what advice do you give them? What is the best piece that you could give as like a starting point or an ending point?
Okay. Well, I think when it comes to, let's just say, wedding cakes, especially, I think the most important thing for me to say to a bride is basically to know your style and actually be confident in it. Because I'll never forget, it was actually one of a Fairy Godmother bride. She wanted, it was a different cake. It was a beautiful cake. It was a navy blue cake with gold accents, right? And you don't see that often.
Right.
But it was a beautiful cake, and I could tell in her heart that she wanted that cake. But I knew that when we were talking, she's like, but I really like this other cake too, and it was a naked cake. And I was like, she really wanted that cake, and I feel like ultimately she got that cake. But I knew in her heart that that's what she wanted, and I just think that knowing that that's your style and that's what you want in your heart, I think you just got to be confident in it.
It's a representation of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is. Exactly. So I
Wow.
will say that.
So, segueing off of kind of what we were talking about before, like business, you've been in business for how many years now?
It'll be 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, Ghiladolci.
Give or take.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let's say give or take.
So, in those 5 years, have you
Mhm.
ever experienced some kind of maybe catastrophic event to where you had to just react right on the spot?
So fortunately, there hasn't been a huge snafu. The one thing that kind of stands out to me, and it really wasn't that big of a deal, but again, it just stood out to me. But it was a wedding, and it was in Lake Isabella. So of course, you can't just run back to Bakersfield and get things. But there it was a small cake with some desserts, and when I got there wasn't any platters. So of course you can't just put desserts on the table. So thankfully Miss Denise was there, and so I mean, credit to her. But we talked about it and we figured it out, and I'll never forget because she came back with a platter, which is very unconventional, I guess, platter, but it was a microwave dish that she found, and it worked out beautifully. So I mean, no one would have ever known that we didn't have anything, but we figured it out, especially Denise. Denise really did, and so yeah, it worked out.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on the Blue Couch.
Of course, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you spending the time with us.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching, and tune in next week for the next Blue Couch Conversations.
Darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly. But on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this. Lovely